For those who don't know, my name is Saddle Brown. And before I get started, I would like to extend my deepest condolences to the family of David Allan Coe, loved ones and friends all over the world. On April 29th, 2026, the world lost one of the greatest country music outlaw legends history has ever known and will know. He's the alpha and the omega of outlaw country. Let's get that straight. And a lot of people like to view David through the lens of controversy, citing his lyrics as evidence of him being prejudiced and this big hateful man, And as a black man, I've heard it all. So let's just do away with the hearsay, okay? Let's do away with the hearsay. Because having had the privilege of spending time with David, I had a front row seat, in a part of his life that very few others have seen. Now let's be clear. I'm not trying to convince my friends. They know my discernment. They know how I read people. And I damn sure ain't trying to convince the trolls who's dedicated to misunderstanding me or, are dedicated to just trying to do the irrational comments which they have no clue because they don't have a personal experience. But beyond the provocative lyrics and persona, I witnessed the complexity that defied the stereotypes. And I'm going to tell my story from inside the tank with the shark they call David Allan Coe. My first time encountering David Allan Coe was at the Biketoberfest. He played there his whole life in Florida. I think it's Army Beach if I'm not mistaken. My friend Slacker, he took me up to VIP and I walked in, and just like David's song, "You Never Even Call Me By My Name," I walked in there and I'm not making this up. He says, "Hey Saddle, come here." Cold chills. He knew my name before I got there. I walked over, we just conversed about artists, we started talking about, different things and different ventures and all the people he had played with, and David had my CD in his hand and he was reading the lyrics and was being inquisitive and interested in about my talent and stuff that I do. And it was just, I was overwhelmed at this time because I was waiting on all this hate that everybody told me about. David invited me to the stage. He said, "Hey man, walk me down to the stage, you can hang out with us." And so I said, "So yeah, of course." Move forward. Me and David, we walked to the stage, and he was on stage doing his thing. The crowd was going crazy. As always, it's David Allan Coe, a legend. And I'm in the presence of his group. After the show, I thought that was it. I kind of just, washed my hand from, hey, this was the David Allan Coe experience, and wow, this was great. Sorry for coughing. It's right here, that damn drink hit me a little good. But anyway, David tapped me on my shoulder. He said, "Hey man, would you like to go to my house?" I said, "What you mean go to your house, David?" He said, my wife Kimberly, it's her birthday party today." I'm like, "Well, hell yeah, I want to go to your house." So I'm overwhelmed because I still got these preconceived notions, this is this big prejudiced man. This is this man that's supposed to hate people that look like me. I'm stuck on that because I'm following the trolls and I'm following what everybody's saying, and and I hadn't had a first-hand experience like this. And so I'm hanging out with Confederate Railroad and J.B. Walker and the Cheap Whiskey Band, and I'm hanging out with all these guys, biker groups that's known across the world in every country household. They household names. And these guys are showing me so much great love and so much reception. So we proceeded. I said, yes, I accept the invite to your house, David. So I went to David Allan Coe's house. Not standing on the outside, not guessing, not trying to figure out nothing. I walk into David Allan Coe's house and he looks up at the couch. He said, "Hey guys, this is my friend Saddle." So I'm still looking for the side eye. You know how that preconceived, like I said, you know that presumption you have of people that you done heard a lot of stuff about, or the people that they affiliate with, and I'm not getting none of that. So I'm walking around the house and I'm seeing all his plaques and trophies and everything from Johnny Cash to Merle Haggard and all these people in a swimming pool in the back. So me and Slacker, we just touring the house and I'm having a good old time eating, and his wife Kimberly is signing shirts, and just the most hospitable people you could ever encounter. And so let's do a time lapse because David was great across the board. You understand? I can only share my experience. So I went to a show with David in Tennessee. I'm walking him to the stage. We like arm in arm. We're walking through the building. They're playing my music. David said, "Hey, let him play Saddle's music." My song is Pog Dog. Stands for fat ass white, PAWG. David Allan Coe don't give a shit about none of that bullshit. We walking in there, the crowd's waving and screaming when he walks in the building. I'm shoulder to shoulder with him. The show was great. As always, it's David Allan Coe. So then after the show, David goes, sits in his car. And I said, hey, David, I wrote a rendition. I know you heard about it, so I can put you on this, of your song, The Ride. And I said some derogatory gestures in the song. You know, I thought some songs that, I said some words that would provoke David, you know, as far as I thought it would be good for his ear, you know, because things that he's written about in the past. And it got to a certain word in the song, and David was like, stop. I don't like that part. And I was like, what you mean you don't like that part? You know, I threw that word out there to David, and then I hit him with a word. He said, nah, man, nah. He said, be careful of the words you choose. To wearing the words you choose to put on. He said, because you might not be able to take it off when you want to. And I was like, this is David Allan Coe. He didn't like what I thought he would. The main thing I thought would appeal to him, he had umbrage towards it. He did not, he was antithetical to the thought of what I was presenting to him. He's like, nah. You be careful of the words you choose, because it will precede your ass in the future. And what I seen was cold chill. A lot of people like to say that's racist, man. That moment, I saw mental maturity. I saw growth. I saw reflection of a man, you know, who lived through his words, and he knew the weight that his words carried. And I saw wisdom. And I didn't want he didn't want me to carry that same burden. So he like just, he yanked me up. He said, right now, Saddle, chill out. Nah, bro, you good. You don't have to do this. Take it from me. And so what I want to say is I didn't just get wisdom from David Allan Coe. I got something nobody else will ever experience as a black man from David Allan Coe. It's called OG wisdom. Somebody who's lived in the streets, somebody who's lived that vital life, that vitriol lifestyle where everybody hated him, and he came against the odds and became a successful man regardless of however. But then he looked in the mirror and he still loved people and he still loved everyone, and he did not leave this earth as a hateful man. And I'm here to tell you, me, Saddle Brown, the black man that had the experience, the encounter, not just with David Allan Coe singing about him on a CD like you hear all these new country singers do. I've been in the man's house. I've been in the man's circle, and I met all his friends, and it's nothing but love from Confederate Railroad, Danny Shirley, J.B. Walker and the Cheap Whiskey Band. I know you heard of these guys. If you ever see them, tell them Saddle Brown said hello, and you see what type of receptions you get. Nothing but love. Condolences to the biggest country music legend that the world has ever seen and will see. Anybody else is coming up with this rhetoric they just saying for promotional rights and trying to get publicity off just being hateful, but you're not following David. You're not following David, because David was a fucking genius. And that genius showed me nothing but love and appreciation and more reception than any other country music artist that I've been on the stage with. So nothing but love to David Allan Coe, his family, Kimberly Coe, Slacker, Danny Shirley, Confederate Railroad, J.B. Walker. I love you guys. The band and everybody that I had time to spend time with. It's not over with. Saddle Brown, baby. 2026. We love David Allan Coe forever. Take care.